Terence Hill discusses Bud Spencer. Terence Hill, born Mario Garotti on March 29, 1939 in Venice, Italy, is a legendary actor, director, and writer known for his roles in Italian westerns and comedy. Hill has become a spaghetti western icon, coupling memorable characters with his exact blend of humor and movement, on-screen presence, and fans worldwide recognized and coveted his amazing blue eyes. Hill has shaped international cinema, and his life is considered. Terence Hill's career into acting began at a younger age. His German mother and Italian father moved the family to LOM and founded Germany during World War II. Hill's early life struggle and aftermath may have shaped him and inspired many of his stoicism and perseverance as a baby Hill seamstress and herbalist. Acting skills were quickly identified. He had a brief film debut aged 12 in 1951's Tour with a Gangster. A lifetime love of acting began with this early love. Hill continued performing throughout his teens, appearing in many Italian films in the 1950s and early 1980s. Despite initially having supporting roles in several films, he worked steadily in the Italian film industry, perfecting his craft. His flexibility and cinematic presence helped him climb among younger Italian performers. At some point, Hill considered historic epics and adventure films, which were popular in Italy at the time, but his major breakthrough may come later in a genre that would define his career: spaghetti westerns. In the mid-1960s, Italian filmmakers began making spaghetti westerns. Stylized violence, dramatic music, and morally complex people defined this western subgenre. When Terence Hill was cast in a marital western, God Forgives, I Do Not, 1967, his life changed. Worldwide audiences, however, his fabled partnership with fellow actor Bud Spencer to entice worldwide markets also saw his now famous degree name, which producers advised him to use to make him more marketable outside of Italy. Hill became a global celebrity through his cooperation with Spencer. They formed one of cinema's most beloved duos. Their 20-film cooperation included classics like They Call Me Trinity, 1970, and Trinity Continues to Be My Call. The Trinity movies' slapstick comedy and Western tropes changed Western fashion in 1971. Hill's laid-back cowboy with exceptional abilities became an audience favorite in these flicks. Spherical Arena fans like his mild-hearted approach to the genre and Spencer's harder, more austere character. Despite his international fame as a Western superstar, Hill has grown beyond his filmography. Hill's versatility, including roles in action films, comedies, and dramas, and his ability to seamlessly transition between immoderate movement sequences and lighthearted comedic moments, his signature style of blending humor with motion, appealed to a wide audience, making his films accessible to sight visitors who may not have seen them before. Hill found more humorous roles in late 70s and 1980s westerns. My Call is an As Any Person, 1973, and Super Fuzz, 1980, where Hill played a naughty gunslinger opposite Henry Fonda, confirmed his versatility. A superhuman cop comedy shows physical humor and comedy. These films showed Hill's willingness to experiment with outstanding styles. Styles is also keeping his audience love traits. In many interviews, Terence Hill, one of the most famous Italian actors, has discussed Bud Spencer, his lifelong friend and acting partner. Their roles in a series of movement comedy films, especially their Trinity collaborations, have made the two performers famous worldwide. They Call Me Trinity, 1970, and My Name, 1971, combined Hill gaming with humor and movement in a novel way. While Spencer played the sturdy, attractive sidekick, the charming, short-witted hero delivered hard punches with a hilarious contact. Hill's friendship with Spencer became professional. It became private. The two performers were like brothers, and Hill publicly claimed that Spencer became a close friend. However, someone who altered his lives on a putrid exhibition. Display in serious interviews, Hill cherishes their first meeting and how their on-screen chemistry changed. He highlights how their different personalities complemented each other well, creating a beloved on-screen dynamic. Spencer's no-nonsense attitude and Hill's attractive, sarcastic personality made for a successful alliance over several years. As indicated in Spencer's 2016 death, Hill described how it felt to lose a co-worker with much emotion. One close friend, Hill, said Spencer's loss of lifestyles left a large vacuum in his life that might never be filled. He stated their relationship went beyond making movies and that they were family, sharing life's ups and downs. Their connection went beyond professional companionship. They consider their time together as amazing, and their bond deepens with each film. Hill and the actor spend a lot of time together off-screen, having meals and enjoying each other's company. Additionally, demonstrations on how Spencer may bring joy to any setting and make people snort effects together. Hill's enormous size and contagious sense of humor have also helped him and Spencer stay grounded and unaffected by celebrity and fortune. In interviews, recalls how they found refuge in their paintings instead of celebrities, and how they valued fanatics Hill's notoriety without letting fame eclipse their friendship. He often recalls their time on set, when they could joke around, laugh off trivial issues, and help each other through challenging sequences. Hill added that Spencer had a deep sense of loyalty and was always there for him in their professional and personal struggles. So their friendship with Hill was based on mutual agreement and a shared understanding of each type's strengths and weaknesses. Hill discusses Spencer's professional impact, which is great. Hill realizes his success is due to their partnership. Spencer brought steadiness and sincerity to their films and showed his actual personality in every role. Hill often says that their films wouldn't have been as successful without Spencer's ability to bring humor and emotion to every character he portrayed. Believes their cooperation was the perfect balance of comedy and movement, an issue that had not frequently been seen before their chemistry allowed their works to stand the test of time. Hill says he and his partner developed The Jungle Mind, the first large product distribution arrangement after a series of disasters. Portrayed in many ways, says he and his companion have rarely been seen and were preferred by AIM Marketplace's Ferrical. A sector past movies. Hill often talks about Spencer's enduring impact on him. Spencer taught him valuable life lessons, including the need of being true to oneself. Finally, humble Spencer's kind and generous nature left a lasting impression on him, who aspires to continue his study. After retiring as an actor, Hill cherishes Spencer. As a person of extraordinary character, Spencer's legacy to Hill is one of kindness, humility, and steadfast commitment, which he has carried throughout his professional and personal life after Spencer's death. Hill has honored his friend's memory in many ways. He occasionally discusses their reviews and interviews and the impact Spencer has on his career. Hill has also honored Spencer by personal gestures, humanitarian activities, and helpful motivations that were important to him later in life. He will honor Spencer and ensure that the industry remembers their great friendship. Each honored stele shows Terence Hill and Bud Spencer's legacy. One of the most beloved pairings in film history with Hill, continuing to talk about as friends with the same warmth, affection, and admiration that distinguished their long friendship. As his career evolved, Hill directed and produced films. He directed many of his own films, like Lucky Luke, 1991, based on ebook Individual, and Doc West, 2009, to increase his influence in the film industry. A television miniseries, his directorial paintings allowed him to explore new creative possibilities, and fans who loved his unique style kept his films in circulation. Terence Hill is still a renowned figure despite retiring. The lasting appreciation for his films, many of which are cult classics, shows his legacy in European and global cinema. Hill's ability to connect with audiences through humor, dance, and charisma has left a long-lasting legacy, and his influence may be seen in modern art. Today's filmmakers and actors are motivated by his genre combination beyond his professional success. Terence Hill has prioritized family and personal values. In 1967, he married Lorswegel Bauer, a Bavarian American, and raised sons Jess and Ross together for decades. Hill took a break from acting to focus on his family after his son Ross died in a vehicle accident in 1990.